Since last episode, I was just thinking that I was gonna make a small little iron farm to create enough iron for the next projects that I want to do. And let's just say that farm turned into about a week's long project, and it isn't even the main focus of today's episode. So I have this farm here. It works very well. It actually produces iron very quickly. I literally just got it up and running, and it's running very quickly and well. And it's a design by Nembomb, which I'll link in the description. It also, one weird thing is that the chests, it fills up from the bottom to the top and then to the middle. But then, yeah, it all works out because I still get all of it. I just use some water tunnels to move all the items. So yeah, I when I first started this project, I thought it was gonna really just fit into this small place, but I just had to keep expanding the digging, and it turned out to be like this top level is like 2/3 to the ocean level, so it really is like it's barely even underground anymore, which is, I guess, nice. I do have a lot more chests here. Like a lot more chests here. I'll have to get a chest system organized, but what I'm thinking of doing for this episode is I'm gonna start decorating this place because it seems very blocky right now, but I just want to put some detail into it to just make it look more like what I want it to look like. What I've done now is I've just given a little height to the sides of these rooms just so that I can make this corridor into a square shape. Also, I added a few pillars here on the side with glowstone to make natural lighting. I want to replace all the torches here and make natural lighting with other things like end rods and glowstone. I've also just constructed a pyramid for the beacon. And what's funny is that I didn't even bother really tearing down the other pyramid because I've really just gotten a stupid amount of iron ingots here, and I have really enough for anything I want to do. So now what I'll start doing is I'll start putting in the light sources, and I'll start getting the kind of logos, like the the logos for each of these rooms so that I know what they are at first glance. I've made a border for each of these logos, and instead of doing a picture, because I tried doing a picture and it looked like unrecognizable what I was trying to go for, so instead I just went for numbers. Also, with the iron I had and like a few of the materials I have, like the andesite and the diorite, I did some sideways bars, I guess, and I also put glowstone in the floor and the ceiling and in each of the rooms to get light. I don't really have any good lighting sources right now, so the glowstone is gonna have to do for now. It isn't very noticeable when you're looking far away, but of course when you're right here it is noticeable. What I'm doing now is I the thing I'm doing with these corridors, I have these small little corridors for every entrance that I have, and I've decided that I'm going to create a 3x3 piston door. But since the bedrock is like 2 blocks down from here, I can't really fit in anything that I want to, so I'm going to try doing a flying piston door, I'm pretty sure. So now I actually do need honey blocks, and this room, I just made this small room to make a honey farm, so I'll get to doing that, and then I'll finally have honey blocks to make the flying piston doors. So I got to making the farm, which oddly took a good amount of time. I just bred all the bees in here and then put them back into their nests, and then I just created a farm over here. I only have this little area filled out because it does take a very long time, and even with all of the stuff, it's still going to be a very slow farm, but I feel like it has to be done for the upcoming projects I want to do. I'm thinking of reserving this area for the honey farm, and then this side for the honeycomb farm. So now I do have enough honey blocks for the door, and then I just reserved a little area in room 1, like in the corridor, so that I'll start making the flying machine. Once I get that done, I'll get back to the video, and then I'll show you guys how it works, and we'll finally be able to have a door here. Later in the video I might complete all of the doors, but I don't know considering how inefficient that farm is. For the flying machine doors, I needed to make sure that the flying machines weren't running into any objects that could be picked up, so I did have to use furnaces on the ground and on one of the sides of the flying pistons, or the flying machines. There were some instances where the flying machines were picking up a few blocks along the way, but I did have those figured out. I also went ahead and did the other piston doors later on in the episode, and I also ran into a few problems where like one flying machine would activate while the others wouldn't, and the one flying machine ended up picking up a few observers and pistons along the way. So that was a little annoying, but I did get the hang of it once I did the final one. I am proud of what I did. It's a little useless. It is kind of a hassle to open the doors and then close them each time I go in and out, but it is aesthetic. I chose not to add any buttons on the inside because the slime and the honey show on the inside if you close the door, because the slime and honey are on one side of the flying machine and then the iron is on the other. So I just decided to keep it open for the whole time while I'm inside and then close it once I'm outside again. I've just finished up the flying door and I just added a few of these arrows to signify which button makes it go down and which button makes it go up. So the mechanisms inside of it are just, oh, I don't know, okay. They're just simple. It's the pretty simple flying machine. This one, it powers over here, which causes these observers to fire, which these observers detect, and make this one push this one down, which makes, yeah, that observer go down, and then it detects kind of a movement and then causes this piston to fire and grab these ones, and then yeah, it just goes down, and it also goes the other way around. So now that I got that in place, I think I might be close to finishing the episode. I'll just need to maybe finish up the other doors and maybe finish the smelter room. I'll see how many honey bottles I collected, because I let this run for a little while. I'm not expecting it's a lot. Okay, so yeah, I'll probably just be able to do one more door for today, and then I'll have to move on to something else. So I actually did do the rest of the doors. I have all 6 of the doors done here, and since I kind of just was doing all of these and had a lot of spare time, I just bred up some more bees and just went ahead and finished this farm. So now it runs quite quickly. I have these bottles here already, and I think that with with all the iron that I have in that other room, I'll just finish up the smelter room, because now I'll be able to have enough hoppers to complete it. So I'll just go do that, and then we'll finally be able to end the episode. Now I've just finished up the smelter room and added all the hoppers in here, and now it's fully functional with 116 furnaces working. We did make a very, what am I saying? We did make a lot of progress in this episode. I remember when I cleared that whole thing up, which was at the beginning of this episode, like that was like a while ago. So it feels like I just made a lot of progress on this. we do have 2 new farms which are fully functional, except the honeycomb, but there's no real use for that. So yeah, I don't even know what the other base really looks like anymore. I'll have to visit that place again. But this is the end of the episode. If you like the video, then like the video, and if you want to see more videos of mine, then subscribe. Bye.